Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me now? All right. I Shame on me for not checking. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Robin, for letting me know. Um, let's see. I'm gonna move this over. Hopefully, there we go. Hopefully, I can now see. You've lost audio. Is it back? All right. So you hear the audio. All right. All right. So, hey, Thomas. Hey, Robin. Thanks for keeping me honest here. Um, Yeah, that was awkward. Shame on me. I get into the habit of like checking that all the time. And shame on me. Anyway, had a meeting today. I was actually in the office for the first time, actually ever, since joining Coverse. And see, senor, coming in Lima Charlie. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you very much. Um, Loud and clear. I figured. I'm almost down with that lingo. So for those who don't know, I don't work at Microsoft anymore. I work at SAI. Well, I work at Covers, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of SAIC. So that's where I'm learning all the military lingo there. Uh, but I was actually in the office, which is across the parking lot from the Microsoft MTC office. So it was like, it was pretty funny. And it was like the layout of that building is the exact mirror opposite of the Microsoft building. So I kind of knew everything was, but things were not where I was expecting them to be. So that's my funny story for the day. This is the first time that I streamed this week, and I've not been streaming from the metaverse. Can you believe it? And that's something I never thought I would say, right? What's interesting is I had a good conversation on the ride home from Virginia, um, talking with Andy, my brother from another mother, about kind of Oculus and things like that. And it's still I played a little bit with the workspace. I'm still not convinced. I will say I've tried a bunch of like VR chat apps. Horizon is the best I've seen so far. That having been said, it's not, my thoughts on VR. I think first off, I think mixed reality or augmented reality is going to be the actual killer app in terms of virtual reality, where you sit around the headset. I'm starting to see the value of it, right? I think one would be training and education, where you can kind of walk around and kind of experience a space. Um, there is a certain amount of entertainment value too. And one of the things that I did stream was this. It used to be called Quill Theater. Now it's called VR Theater or something like that, where you're in these little graphic novels, as it were, and or comic books, whatever term you want to use. And you can experience the story. You can look around. You hear the sounds. You can't really interact with the story, but it is cool to kind of be immersed in it. And that's something I didn't expect to be entertained by. There's a couple of them. There's one where you're like in these like wacky races type thing, and there's another one that I just saw. It's called Hello, or Hello underscore Hello. It's set in space, and it's pretty cool. Like you get to feel that weightlessness. You get to explore their space station. Very cool. Now, speaking of space station, there's actually an International Space Station app, that the ISS experience or something like that, where you can go through it. And I'll tell you this, man, you hear about how in space there's no down because there's no gravity. And I know technically there's still gravity, but you know what I mean. In weightlessness or near zero G or microgravity, um, there's no up or down. And you can hear. I've heard that in Reddit and sci-fi. I've heard it since they were sending shuttle astronauts up, and they would explain that. Until you experience it, it doesn't make any sense. It is very disorienting. I was floating around the state virtually, of course, and I was trying to get the hatch open. I couldn't figure it out. So when I look back, and in my head, I was expecting something to be oriented this way, but it was oriented that way, and I was just like, really, like. So in terms of training for that, I think it's pretty awesome, actually. Um, Training for those types of scenarios where you can experience a space, you can not just space, but a space, right? the 3D videos, that sort of thing. I think it has definite potential there. I've seen the videos for workspace. I think that's what they call it, workplaces. I know Microsoft is making a push into that space. I mean, it makes sense that they would have immersive kind of office productivity tools. I'm not sure of the value yet. Not writing it off, but I'm also not sold either. I mean, I was very skeptical of things like obviously, take a look at my office. You know, I love my monitors. There's an app called Virtual Desktop, which lets you simulate kind of having these big screens. And you ever been in a coffee shop and you dock and you have like these nice big monitors at home? PTO on the holodeck. Yeah, we're not quite at the holodeck stage, but I could totally see that being a thing once some of this technology gets worked out. Um, but what was interesting was I was very skeptical. 'Cause they were like, "Oh, you can make it look like it's a movie theater. You have an 80-inch TV," and I'm like, "Okay." And I tried it. It feels pretty real. I'm not gonna lie. Feels pretty real. You can get it, you can bring it up, you can have their desktop kind of curved around. So you have this fancy curved monitor that looks like an 80-inch monitor. Um, it's very real. Like I felt very real. There was if you watched an earlier stream this week or just look at my history, um, I was watching the Guy in the Cube YouTube channel. If you're not familiar with Guy in the Cube, it's two guys who work in Microsoft who create Power BI tutorial videos. Good stuff. Good stuff. I just wanted to see what it would look like. What would it look like if they were in a movie theater? And boom, there we are. 80-foot tall Patrick LeBlanc, which um, it's a little weird, but I mean, just weird to say. But it was cool. So I mean, there is a value there. I would say that. Now that having been said, if I'm have my laptop and I wish I had a bigger screen at a coffee shop or an airport or those types of scenarios, am I really going to whip out a you know um, um, one of these, a headset like this? Patrick LeBlanc is awesome. Yes, I agree. It was even cooler seeing him on a movie screen, even if it was a virtual movie screen. Am I going to pull out one of these in a coffee shop? Probably not. But if I'm stuck in a hotel or something like that, or some kind of space, and I don't have a big monitor, maybe I would pull this up. Maybe I would do that to enjoy kind of a movie theater experience. I don't know. I think, oops, I accidentally activated this. Accidentally activated it. It makes its own unique kind of ding noise. So with that, I actually have to jet to a 4:30 p.m. meeting. Maybe I'll stream later. Maybe I'll stream with from the metaverse. That just sounds cool. The metaverse. But until then, thanks for watching. Thanks, Thomas. Thanks, Robin, for keeping me honest. And if you have anything you want me to cover, either in VR, stream live, on data science, on AI, on data engineering, even quantum computing, I am a triple threat. With that, I'll say goodbye because I got to jet to a meeting. Hasta la vista. Adios. Have a great day.